Hello every stallions, handsome Jack Boy here, bringing you guys the second episode of my Borderlands 2 Legendary Weapons Guide. And in this episode, I'm going to be covering the Hellfire. The Hellfire is a legendary Maliwan SMG, and the prefix for mine is Consummate Hellfire. The prefix for you guys might change. Now, as you can see there in the red text, it says, "We don't need no fire." That means that the Hellfire has increased chance to ignite, increased dot damage, increased mag size, and 50% splash damage. The Hellfire always spawns as an incendiary weapon. Now, in order to obtain this gun, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fast travel to Frostburn Canyon. The boss that drops this thing is known as Scorch. Scorch is going to be located right there at the bottom part of the map within the orange circle. But in order to get Scorch to spawn, what you have to do is you have to complete a couple side missions. These side missions are a part of a mission chain called Cult Following. You pick up the first mission of this mission chain from Lilith, but completion of the second mission from this mission chain called Cult Following False Idols is the one you need to complete to farm Scorch. Now Scorch is right up here. In my opinion, not a very hard boss at all. It doesn't take me long to kill him. It shouldn't take you long either. There are a lot of spider ants that spawn in around Scorch that you have to worry about. That is what most likely took me down there, is this, you gotta kind of worry about those other spider ants. But I just went directly in for the kill, and as you can see, he dropped the Hellfire. Really, it's not that bad of a farm, and with these increased legendary drop rates, it didn't take me long to get this thing. It took me like 10 tries, that's about it. So actually, now that I think about it, I did get 2 Hellfires. The first one that I got was OP6, so I had to keep farming, well, for another one that was OP8, which only took me like 3 extra tries. So yeah, let's move on to the gameplay now, shall we? Now, really quick, reading under the usage and description section here on the wiki for the Hellfire, it says, while the Hellfire does have excellent damage per second compared to other SMGs in Borderlands 2, its true strength lies in elemental damage. The Hellfire's combination of high fire rate, chance to ignite, and burn damage per second make it an excellent weapon for dealing damage over time. The common varieties of bandits and other fleshy enemies will quickly fall to the sheer amount of burn damage the user can inflict on targets in a short period of time. The Hellfire is powerful enough to let even badass enemies behind cover simply burn to death if the user tagged them a couple of times before they got there. The Hellfire excels at medium range, against single targets or many. It would be wise, however, to stack as many fire damage into a single target as possible and then let them burn to death. Now, my opinion about the Hellfire, this gun is pretty good. You know, it's not anything too crazy. It's not like the Hellfire on Borderlands 1. Not even close, to be honest. I'd say it is the best fire SMG in the game. I could be wrong. There might be a better one. I think next to it would be, what was it? The Good Touch. I'd say they're both pretty similar. The Good Touch does have that ability where when you have it equipped and you do damage, you'll get health back. That kind of sets it apart a little bit. But if we were to compare the Borderlands 1 Hellfire to the Borderlands 2 Hellfire, it's pretty obvious which one will win. The Borderlands 1 Hellfire just does not compare. And with the ability to stack dots on Borderlands 1, that made the Hellfire what it is, in my opinion, is overpowered. That is what the Borderlands 2 Hellfire isn't. The fact that you can't stack dots on Borderlands 2, you might be able to, I don't think you can. If so, it's not nearly as good as it was on Borderlands 1. So that, like I said, that is what made the Hellfire, but not having that just makes it your above average fire SMG. And that's what it is right now in this game, is an above average fire SMG. Now, I'm not hating on this gun. I love the Hellfire. It's my favorite legendary in Borderlands 1, and I still really love it in this game. All I'm doing is just comparing both guns from both games. That's all I'm doing. Now, again, I do enjoy this gun. It has its fair share of problems, but I really love how it feels balanced. On OP8, on the other hand, it is a little bit underwhelming, but it still does the job. If you want to go around killing guys with this thing, it still works. It's not, you know, too underwhelming, but it is a little bit lackluster if we're talking about using it on OP8. It is a little bit less effective for sure against, you know, enemies with shields or armored enemies, obviously, since it's fire, but enemies that don't have any shields or don't have any armor, it's going to just tear through them like butter. Now, to help you decide whether or not you should go out and farm for this, I'd say it's worth it, especially on a character like Maya. She could probably make really good use of this gun. So it's up to you. It's not overpowered, but if you're looking for a really good fire SMG, then go for it. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'm out of here. Peace!